Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. It's 3:45 a.m. because I cannot manage my time. I even ended the stream early and then I was like, I'm gonna mess around. I'm gonna do something else for a little bit. And I opened up Command and Conquer 3 and then now it's 3:45. I spent like an hour and 15 minutes just playing that game. I I still like that game. I'm playing Kane's Wrath if you're wondering. I have a great time with that game, even though I just play on my own. Play some skirmishes. It's very easy to do. Like it's very easy to play that game while watching something. It's a good game for that. And I've been just kind of going through and beating all the brutal AIs. It's been fun. Anyway, how you doing? Uh Me, it's 3:45 a.m. and that's all there really is to it. I'm fine. I'm not bad today. Thanks for asking. Uh yeah, not much to tell you really. I had some other idea for what I was gonna say in that segment, but you just kind of let the words flow out of you. It's raining a lot right now. Lots of rain. Very nice, very aesthetic rain. But it's been raining for a while. And, normally I give you, the other thing I should mention, yesterday's video I should have told you we were going to play Hell Rush. However, we did not play Hell Rush because of the Steam problems, which were happening right around when I was going to start my stream. I played FTL instead. I'll be playing Hell Rush tonight. If you want to join me for Hell Rush on stream, you can head on over to the Twitch stream. We'll be playing it about 8 hours after this video goes up. Hop in, I'd love to see you. Keep doing that. Also, I'm going to be changing up what I play on stream in case you're interested. I like to keep you in the loop about what I stream. I'm going to be playing the probably going to be playing the Phoenix Wright, the Great Ace Attorney game, the Phoenix Wright game that came out recently. Sorry, I had a cough come up. But yeah, that's what's coming up. That's what's to look out for. And then next month we got Darkest Dungeon 2. Other than that, let me ask you today's question, and we'll begin. I'm hesitating now because this might be a question I've asked, and if it is, like, what the heck, dude? I'm gonna ask it anyway, and if I've already asked this question, you can just answer it again. It's fine, I don't mind. Yeah, I feel bad if I ever repeat a question because it feels like it could come across as me not interacting or reading your answers, but like we've been doing this for so long. I barely remember a run for like 3 days. I try to remember what I've asked in the past, but there may be some overlap. Anyway, I want to hear what your favorite soup is. I feel like I've gone into this before. I talk about food a lot, so I'm not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna. This is the question. We're going in. So I've been thinking about it, and I think my favorite soup is like a loaded baked potato soup. Something that's like a potato, cheese, bacon sort of idea. Or, no, you know what? That's wrong. It's chicken and dumplings. I fucking love dumplings. That's what it is. It's definitely chicken and dumplings. Anything with dumplings, that's an S tier soup. Oh no, I was just thinking about soup today. I have a question for tomorrow, but I'm definitely going to forget the soup question for tomorrow. And so I've cycled the questions because the question I was going to ask today, I'll remember because I wrote it down. Anyway, I have talked for long enough. Let's get into the run. I think my chair is too low. Hold on. It is. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get rolling. It's Double Barrel Daedalus, it's Rage Fell, it's Patient Seraph, we got Razor Sharp, Hostingkin, and Graph. We're Exile, Awoken, Wurmkin. I have 2 great ideas for what we're going to play on this run. Advanced Prototype, you know your boy loves a very nice Advanced Prototype. Root Split Mask, I think this relic is very strong. And again, I'll give you a few guesses as to what I'm planning on playing in this run. Option A is not Strangler. Although you could play Strangler with a Razor Sharp Opener and Wurmkin as your clan secondary. I think the Strangler is it's like a more difficult path. I'm going to play Shattered Shell Husk Hermit. We're playing Sweep. That's the play. I'm down to take this money. I've been skipping this early money when I should take it. I should take this money. This unit draft is going to be scary, but we have Reap to kill the backlines, so it shouldn't be too scary. Only enemy I have to be worried about is this Disciple Protector. And we got stings for him. Not only him, but he's the only guy that I need to be afraid of on the first wave. Yeah, look at that. Great value because of Thorn Lord plus Root Seeds. Love to see it. May as well ungraph. There's 2 of them. Ooh, like that. Could also play a Train Steward there to get that kill. I think this is fine as well. Playing these Razor Sharps is pretty big value because plus 10 attack makes a very big difference on Inquisitor. Interesting thing to note here, something that I don't really pay too close attention to. Discipled Inquisitor on 10 pack shards gets 10 armor and trample, but no damage. Chains, the Sighted, the other boss you can see here, gets an attack, and I think he comes in with lifesteal. So they're valuing trample at a cost of about 1 attack. I don't think the trample is... Actually, the trample matters a lot. Kind of. What does it change? It change so you can't chump block him anymore, which is obviously something scary. But it messes with your Train Stewards, right? Because you go 5... I guess it wouldn't. If you have 2 full health Train Stewards, you would go down to 3, then the second hit would take the next one down to 7. No, I guess the third hit would be worse. Anyway. Take Glimmer here. You take Glimmer here as an insurance card. This is the card you take in case you don't see a sweep unit on this run. Click Echo Transfer. I don't mind Keeper of Echoes. If this banner is a stinker, Keeper of Echoes is a fine unit to have. He's just a fine unit to have. We could also take Animus of Speed here, though, and then she's an infusion option if we pick a sweep. Yeah, you know what? I'll take Animus of Speed here. I think she's a little bit better than Keeper because she costs less. Multi-strike Endless, not what I like to see. Yeah, wow, that is just horrible. I am glad that I picked a unit because these are terrible. You want to play Endless Wilting Sapwood? I think it's terrible, but I kind of want to play it. It's so bad. It is so bad, but there's no reason to reroll this Steel Shop. Like multi-strike, I'm not going to put anything long-term here. I'm going to play Endless Wilting Sapwood. I think it's awful. I'm going to give Animus plus 25. This is to ensure myself against a certain spikes / sweep boss, and let's play Endless Wilting Sapwood. I have no consumes, right? I have 2 consumes actually. 2 consumes is enough. Refracting Lenses doesn't take much to be worth it to me. Guild Marker is also good, but like 2 consumes, that's 10 HP per battle, dude. That's big value. Hey, Spikes boss. You know, it's almost 4 AM, and yet for some reason, I feel good. Like, I feel fine. I am not tired in the slightest. I think this is because I've been staying up much later lately. No, for no reason in particular. I've been awake until like 6 AM pretty consistently. I don't like it. I don't like being awake so late, but not waking up later is the weird thing. I'm just staying up later. It's been strange. I've been feeling a shift in my... What's the word? Feeling a shift in my sleep cycles, I guess. Not really my sleep schedule. But like the actual cycle I sleep on is changing. It's a strange situation. Just go off on a little tangent there because there's nothing to really tell you about here. I am hoping the game gives me a playable unit and I don't have to play this run on Animus of Speed. Although, if this episode is titled Animus of Speed is Secretly Broken, you already know what happened. I hope it isn't titled that. Yeah, I think they could give Animus of Speed 1 multi-strike and she would still be mediocre at best. Restoration Detonation is a good click here. Having a big healing card is strong. I love Steel Enhancer, but Restoration Detonation has to be the take. Echo Transfer number 2 is a bait here. I have no Echo Generation. There's no way that I ever get to play this consistently. Bounding Echoes helps with that. So you click Bounding Echoes here. Hey, Shadow Shell. Okay. Good news, everyone. We're only doing something a little weird, not something ridiculous. Archstone, we reroll this for multi. Great, huge hit. Love to see it. Now you could give him multi-strike plus 25, and then give him quick through the Animus, and we're kitted out right now. Flare-Minder. He is worse than Shattered Shell. I don't want it. Let's check the Caverns first. Did your card gain a card? Sure. That's fine. I don't mind, if you don't mind. Feel an Awoken card here. Channel Song. You come to me on this day and you offer me Channel Song? I don't know if you are aware. You're probably not aware of this. Maybe you're aware. I love Channel Song. I know this card is bad. I recognize that this card is not good. I love this card. I take it more than I should. I don't think that this card is very good. This Channel Song hard clashes with draw priority. There is no universe where you make Channel Song, and by extension Prism Retrieval, into good cards, because like this card just needs to come with intrinsic, and then it's still hard because of draw priority. I think that there's a world where you make this card nuts. This card becomes insane if it also says draw a unit or apply to a unit in hand, right? Anyway. I love to play Channel Song. It's really cool. It does cool things for you. I don't think this is a position where it's close. It's close. Like I could talk myself into it here, and that's the problem. I'm gonna leave before I talk myself into clicking on Channel Song and taking it. I don't think the card's good. Although maybe I should have taken it just as 5 HP. So what's the alternative to this? It's what else would I infuse? I would do a self-infuse. A man would have 20 HP, and I would want to find quick. Now, I'm going to give him plus 25, and I'm going to give him Animus of Speed Infusion. I think that that's acceptable. I haven't, so this is a worthwhile talking point. The reason that this is good, and I don't need to do a self-infuse, is because we're Awoken Wurmkin, specifically Exile Awoken Wurmkin. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 8 cards that increase my man's attack. We have so much attack increase. There was an intrinsic in the temple. I should have taken Chance. I should have taken it. Oh, we could have had it. That's okay. Anyway, we have enough attack scaling independent of the Shattered Shell here, so I don't need to self-infuse for him to scale well. That's the theory here. That's the game theory. Why did I pick Wilting Sapwood on this run? I don't know. Like, really, I don't know. Because I don't, like, what's the point? I don't need to take draw because we have root seeds, but I don't need to take energy because we have wilting sapwood, but I don't need to take space because I'm not afraid of playing mid-floor on the Divinity. What am I here for? I think I'm here for removing it, honestly. I don't think this card's very good in a shocking turn of events. Yeah, the big theme in this run also will be the fact that at Daedalus we have our Shattered Shell fully done and ready. Like, my man is kitted out, which means that I don't have to go to any more steel shops, which means that I get to path with so much freedom. It's insane. And you know, I'm not going to waste my time or your time on the rest of this fight. Daedalus is very dead. This is a lot of damage. I'd waste a little bit more of your time because I want to go to 100. If a unit doing 114 times 2 quick on Daedalus, you're in a good spot. It's not a particularly exciting run, but I don't mind. Clicked on Unleash the Wildwood there if you're just listening and you heard me click a card. I don't know what I do here. This is the problem now. I lean a little bit towards draw. I'm gonna take draw energy on this run. Let's just take draw first, then we'll take energy second. I'm gonna go right. Like, I get to path right, although there's no steel shop here, so I'm not really pathing right to dodge steel shops or anything like that. But we go through and we clear out 2 more train stewards. Cheater's Hand? I don't want Cheater's Hand. I want Emblem of the Exiles. However, I should have picked Channel Song. Absolutely. Okay, there was also the possibility that we saw Predator on this run. I guess I should have addressed that. I could have waited, but when you look at it, I would have had to wait here or until here. And the big thing about Predator is you lose max HP on Wendleton. And I think it's okay to just do the infusion there. I didn't really think about Predator, if I'm going to be honest with you. And I am going to be honest with you here. I didn't think about Predator. And given the circumstance, I could have played it slow. Like, we didn't have to send it there like I did and just do the infusion right away. However, at the end of the day, the other big point I want to make sure I make here is that I don't think it's a point that needs to be thought about all that hard. I think that either way you slice it, this is a 1 run. From this position, I feel very, very confident in our ability to win this run. Now, every other time that I say anything even remotely close to that, I throw the run. Without fail, I throw the run. So, if you have no other reason to see this one through to the end, I would say just like if you... I don't want to lie to you. The remaining, if you just want to listen to me talk, please feel free. But there is not a whole lot of brain power that's going to go into the upcoming turns. And that's okay at the end of the day. That's not something that I'm too worried about. However, if you're watching for the hard-hitting monster train content here, I will try to give you anything that I think is interesting to mention here, like I should have played in graph there. However, this run... I've played this run a lot of times on the channel, basically. I'm not telling you don't watch my content. It helps a lot if you do watch to the end. It's great for the algorithm. However, if you were to skip an episode, I wouldn't feel too bad about you missing this one. I don't care about concussive pulls. It actually makes my run worse because of the endless sapwood. Ensnare less value because of root split mask. Fire shards, gross. Bramble lash, gross. I'm gonna click ensnare. Soul Crushing Guilt is pretty good, actually. I was gonna skip it, but that card's good. Letting me daze the Divinity is nice. We're gonna go look at Holdover. That's not Holdover. Check the caverns, real quick. I will pay you health, because I can get my health back for an artifact. That is a horrible... Rationing scales? No thank you. Sorry, I'm adjusting in my chair. I'm feeling like a little bit of the tension in the old neck, so I'm trying to work it out. Repositioning a few different ways to try and figure out what it is. I'm gonna pay money to purge cards here. If I wanted to make this run better and more consistent, I would shoot Wilting Sapwood here. However, I won't do it. I will make Soul Crushing Guilt cost 1. The fact that this card costs 0, these extract cards that cost 0 are so ridiculous. They're so strong. Not yet. I can get rid of Glimmer, by the way. I took this card as an insurance card. I will not be committing anything to it. That's the card you take if you go for... The big point, I guess, to make there. You pick Glimmer in the early game, not because you want to see Shattered Shell, but that's the cover in case you end up on Animus of Will gameplay. Because then you can play like 2 Glimmers as your backline clearing plan, and then the Animus just scales. I don't like armor 15 in this combat, actually. I'm confident, but I'm not armor 15 in this combat confident. Did I say Concussive Cold makes my run worse and then picked it anyway? I meant to skip it after I said that in case that wasn't clear. I said this makes my run worse while hovering over the take option, or no, hovering over the skip option, and then, I don't know, I guess my brain just broke. That's pretty silly of me. It's also kind of funny though, so you know, I'll take it. Yeah. Yeah, alright. This card makes my run worse. This is an actively bad card. Clicks it. Hate to see it. I'm scaling a little slower than I would like to be here. Just a touch though. It's not like, it's not that bad. And we got the 6 days. We have an answer card here. However, that's something to keep in mind. We also have root split masks for if we are a little slower on the scaling, we end up catching up anyway. Because we get an extra round here. It is the main reason I like root split mask. It's extremely good when you're playing with Shattered Shell. Gives you extra time. Basically how strong the card that says restore 1 health actually is. Doesn't seem like a card you would expect to be particularly good, but restore 1 health in Monster Train, very strong. Healing a unit, triggering its rejuvenate for 1. Realize I probably should have stopped playing. Actually 27 is fine. Wendleton will kill this boss. That's the thing. This boss has 13 attack. Wendleton has 105 health. I don't know why the of 100 got stuck in my throat there, but it did. Graph Bramble-Lash infused in snare. I'm okay. Just talking about how good +1 health is, but that's only because of rejuvenate triggers, right? I'm not actually thinking like that card's not good. It's good because it does something else for you. You can also give it a +10, I guess, and it's an okay healing card for free. Do I duplicate something? Do I? I don't think so. I think I'm better off looking left. Biggest problem we have with Shattered Shell is that he's 35 HP. I think I will remedy that. That's a problem on the Divinity, in case you're wondering. I'll remedy that with a holdover. This is an interesting question. Because there's 3 answers. Holdover Unleash, classic. Holdover Soul Crushing Gil, a little spicier. Holdover Restoration Detonation, the wild card. I'm gonna do Holdover Soul Crushing Gil. I think that this card is good enough here. Daze a heavy that's gonna walk by, daze the Divinity twice. Although if you daze the Divinity once, it's pretty much done. Maybe that's overkill. Old overkill. Oh my god. And that's why you're still watching the video right there, baby. Old overkill. Yeah. You can go now. No, I understand. I get you. I haven't been drinking my water during the streams lately. Please pardon me for one moment while I consume water. That was a big drag of water. Stay hydrated. It was very refreshing, if you're wondering. Good soup, but the soup is water. Dead weights in hand there. I have my holdover card on the way. Eventually. I need more echoes in this deck. Whatever the game wants to give me that will let me play more echoes, that's what I'm here for. The Soul Crushing Guild actually does very little for now. I don't need to keep it here. It doesn't start doing things until after this combat, the holdover Soul Crushing Guild, because we are very strong right now. Soul Crushing Guild is mostly to stop the Divinity from killing my Shattered Shell and maybe catching a few bosses off guard. I mean, I may as well put 6 days down to Fel. There's no reason not to. Like 222, 226, you're at 210, 220, but I'm at 230, and that's enough. But we're still killing you by 4. Worth playing all those cards out. It would be nice to pick up like Face Charge and follow the boss around with Soul Crushing Guild, but that's not something that matters on the Divinity. And when you think about it from a purely Divinity standpoint, this card is still nuts. I'm gonna waste all of my days on my fucking... yeah. All my days gets wasted by Wilting Sapwood. That's disgusting. I'm stacking the days for Wilting Sapwood to just eat it all. Kill. Maim. Crush. I guess we'll have a lot of energy. No, we won't. Does 102 damage. Here, you know what? Have another one. 180. There you go. 6 days bought you 180. 72 damage. Ow. Wilting Sapwood. Here, have a Root Seeds, buddy. Every Root Seeds is worth 30 damage because of the 15 rounds of days. Oh my god, look at how disgusting. My days. I guess it went to a good cause. Sad. I don't need to do this to Fel, I'm just messing around for fun. Fel's very dead. Yeah, very dead. Interestingly enough, Patient Seraph will be the hardest fight and potentially the easiest fight as well. Perfect Insanity, no chance. Taking Fel's Remorse for sure, even though I have a lot of energy from Wilting Sapwood. Might just shoot Wilting Sapwood. Paystone Casing, Faulty Loader, Sap Tap. I kind of could use Sap Tap. I'm gonna reroll. I don't need these. Like, they're good. I almost just snap picked Bog Slime. I don't need Bog Slime. I'm not playing the Bog Slime run. Should have taken Space. This wouldn't even do anything. Nah, I don't know. I guess I'll pick Space. Sure. Why not? Getting a free Space Relic is a very strange thing because usually that's insane, right? Free Space Relic, what the hell? That's nuts. There are also runs like this one where free Space Relic does nothing. Spikes 5 will kill my Shattered Shell. That's not a takeable try. This is also a very scary turn 1, so thankfully we will just take damage and then the world will right itself. I'll heal it back, basically. But this guy's very frightening. And getting the 190 on turn 1, not very easy, but something that I don't actually have to do for the remainder of the run. Try and save Bounding Echoes. It's unlikely to hit together, but I want to play it on... you know, maybe it will hit it. I want to play it on Echo Transfer. Could work. It could work. There's a universe. I think I'm going to save the Hosting Kin as well, though, so I can try and just use it to heal. Save any healing cards, aka consume spells here. Yeah, we actually caught up. Not quite caught up, but we are close to caught up, I would say. Yeah, we're caught up. Nice. Good stuff. And yeah, we're just... Are you killing something? 86 times 2 is 172? Yeah, you are. Save me with that. I didn't look at which boss it was, but what I should try to do is I should try to have 2 goes on each floor. because I want to elevator. I want to just soul crushing guilt the boss for 18 coming up. There's no way to kill this enemy here, I don't think, the big boy here. And I kill him, but I don't kill him with Shattered Shell, I should say. Putting Reap on Wilting Sapwood gives me... Reap on Wilting Sapwood is a permanent +1 to energy for as long as Wilting Sapwood's alive. That's a bit of a thinker. Soul Crushing Guilt moves the enemy to the back. I knew that. That's a lot of energy for you. I do not play Wilting Sapwood, however, I will take 12 dazed on the boss, just to be safe, you know? It would be pretty silly of me to die here because I didn't do my due diligence and put down 12 dazed. It would be pretty silly. That's the sort of thing I can plan ahead for. I'll do it on Seraph as well. However, Seraph is going to be a little easier for me because he's just gonna sit on my floor. And I can just pump my echoes in there. Plus 30. I did think about what would happen if I saw plus 30. It is something that crossed my mind at the very least. Cut out a fracture or two. Permafrost -1. Let's go take a look at the trinket shop first. Start of your turn, add a sting, add a vine grasp. I don't need these. I don't really need any relics. That's the weird part. Well, no, worn grindstone's okay. I don't need many removals either, to be fair. Most of these cards are fine. And they're all fine. There is one thing that I could remove here. I'm gonna do it. Wilting Sapwood, get the fuck out of my sight. I don't know. It's not good. It's okay to take because it's a stat line in the early game, but I didn't need to put Endless on it. It did fine in the early game, I think. It existed. That's all I needed out of it. I'm gonna freeze the Bounding Echo so it hits Echo Transfer. I think that's pretty worth. What do I duplicate here? Just doing some quick math in my head. I don't think it's Soul Crushing Guilt because I think that my Wendleton can tank a first hit. Do I duplicate any of these? I don't really think so. I'll do Root Seeds. It's purple. So it's not Razor Sharp Edge because I take too much damage to my unit with Razor Sharp Edge. I don't want to take anything that puts me over 100 pack shards, so it's not Echo Transfer, it's not Engraft. It's like Unleash? I don't know. I don't have the echoes for Soul Crushing Guilt #2, and I shouldn't need it. I draw 6 cards per turn, but like I draw like 10. I draw my whole deck by turn 3 consistently. So ultimately that duplicate doesn't matter, and you can do whatever you want there, is the takeaway. I'm also going to put Seraph into jail. And this fight is free. I don't care about the melee weakness. My man will never get hit. That is the plan. I think it is a plan we can stick to as well. Another card. Give me a target for Fracture. I am going to let the Soul Crushing Guilt drop here. That is because it is 6 dazed, and I will draw that card again before 6 turns is up for Seraph. So I'm not actually losing anything by dropping that. This is a bit of an important thought to carry out in a position like this. I'm not going to lose any overall amount of dazed if I let that card go, as long as Seraph's daze never drops to 0. And Seraph's daze will never drop to 0 in this position. It cannot happen. So just a little thought for you there about why I don't mind dropping that card. It would be bad to drop it if I was worried about not meeting the demands of these waves, but I have the utmost of confidence. I do want to hold it now. But yeah, I don't take Soul Crushing Guilt that often. I don't really know why. The card is, as you can see here, pretty strong, I would argue. The 14 days on Seraph is looking pretty good, yeah. No, it's good only in certain circumstances, right? I don't spend my echoes on much else, so this card becomes better when in decks where you don't spend your echoes on much. That is one point. Another point is I don't need my echoes, like we're not playing Bogflies. Sometimes you play Bogflies and you need to have your floor full of echoes for it to do any damage. Things like that, right? In this run I can just play Soul Crushing Guilt. It was also infused, so it's much, much easier to play. This is gonna be a screenshot worthy Seraph. 70? That makes Seraph do some big numbers sometimes, but usually not this high. Here, Seraph, you need it. Flexing on Seraph, it's a pastime, yeah. I enjoy it. I think I might actually screenshot that attack number. There's, you know what, Seraph, you've earned it. Here you go, buddy. I helped him out. I cheated a little bit, to be honest with you. I want to get to 100, though. That's what we're here for now. I'm here to get him to 100, which we will do, and that's a big number. Now, if I were a little more motivated, the rub for this video, the thing you do here, is you just take a screenshot from, like, you don't show the debuffs. You take a screenshot of this Seraph at 106 here. I'm going to grab this screenshot, actually. You take that screenshot right there, the one, you couldn't see it, but I screenshotted everything but the buff bar. You take that screenshot, you put that on the front of the video, and you go, I defeated, my build beats this enemy, you won't believe this. And then it's just, yeah, I just dazed him 24 times in 4 turns. Interesting. Anyway, for the Divinity, I plan on winning. That's the plan here. Oh, to kill anything. I want to leave it for my boy to kill. I have to draw Soul Crushing Guilt before my, like, mathematically speaking, my Shattered Shell cannot die before I draw Soul Crushing Guilt. Soul Crushing Guilt? Turned into a little Sean Connery there for a second with the Soul Crushing Guilt. My Sean Connery isn't very good. I'm not an impressions guy, if you haven't noticed. I don't do a whole lot of impressions because I don't think I'm very good at them. And feels more insulting than anything else to do an impression, in my mind. Yeah, I may as well keep the Soul Crushing Guilt. I guess the Soul Crushing Guilt, you could also go into a bit of a Bane with that. Go into a little bit of a Yes, but I don't have a cup nearby. You good at impressions? Let me hear one. That was pretty good, yeah. I agree. This is a good impression. Great job. 39. I think I should kill them all with this. And we're pretty close. With the extra time, I'm actually gonna root this boss now. Another concept for you here. Rooting chains now is the same as rooting him later. It gives me more time for Shattered Shell to reach the point where Shattered Shell will kill him in 2 rounds. And splitting him up doesn't matter because we're quick, these enemies don't really exist to me. You can just root whenever you draw it, keep that guy out of the game a little bit. Remember when we went through like a month where I was just, maybe this was on stream, I was doing a lot of holdover stuff on like Ensnare. I had a few runs in a row where my mainline strategy to beat the boss fight, or to beat the Divinity I should say, was to hold over Ensnare and just lock the boss in jail. It worked too. Hold over Ensnare lets you pick one enemy in this fight and remove it from the game. In every fight, really. You just get to pick one enemy and remove it from the game. It's pretty strong. You take multiple of those, you do great things. Man, we got double spikes, which was very frightening. I could not lose this from this position. Even if Shattered Shell died here, it would not be possible. If you are, perhaps you have just skipped ahead, thank you for rejoining me. I was actually right on this one. This one was unlosable. Almost said unwinnable. This one was unlosable. Where's the other curse? Am I out of my mind? Shouldn't there have been 2 curses in my hand? Am I? I think I'm just out of my mind. I think I'm losing it. Pretty sure there should have been a second curse. Maybe there was a second curse and it just didn't register in my brain. I don't know, man. That seemed wrong. Anyway, good run. Shattered Shell. He's great. I probably feel the most confident with Exile Awoken because it has Shattered Shell. That run could also have won with Husk Hermit. With Husk Hermit, the run looks a little different because you don't put a plus 25 on him. You do a few other things instead. But this run would win either way. Great run. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.